Cool.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RC with Adam. My name is Adam and this is the Scoot 2 from Force1. They sent this to me to test out and review for you fine folks, and that's what we're gonna do today. Bottom line up front, I like it. I think it's a very good version, upgrade of the original Scoot, and I think that you will probably be happy with this. It's my personal favorite of all of the Scoot series. So if you're wondering, should you buy this? Is it any good? Yeah, I think it is. So you've probably seen the Scoot series of drones on places like Amazon. I think they've been a bestseller for a while. They don't use a controller to fly. You just toss them and they just sort of hover around in the air. They have sensors on them to help them hover about 4 or 5 feet above the ground, or above any object actually. And it also helps them avoid objects, so they can kind of run into walls. And well, they usually stop, and then if you put your hand up, it'll go away from your hand. So it's kind of cool. You can control them with your hand basically. The Scoot 2 is a bit bigger and more powerful than the original Scoot. It has a ring of red, white, and blue LEDs around the cage, and they are much brighter than the original Scoot. The cage design is different, a little bit sleeker, and not so much classic UFO shape, but is still very durable and works pretty well to keep your fingers out. And it uses the same USB charger as the original Scoot. Now, the cool thing about the Scoot 2 is that it can actually do flips. So what you do is you put your hands on either side of the drone, and then it will start blinking fast, and then you wave your hand underneath it, and then it will do a flip, which is pretty cool, because like people that haven't seen this before, especially if they don't understand how this thing works, they're like, what? How did you make it do that? If the Scoot 2 gets knocked around a bunch and kind of starts flying funny, you might need to recalibrate the gyro, which basically means that this thing gets dizzy and you need to undizify it. So that's pretty simple. You just turn it upside down, you press the power button 3 times quickly. The LEDs will start flashing quickly, and then you just set it upright on a level surface. The LEDs will turn solid, and then you're ready to go again.
This is like something out of Star Wars, man. Like it's like that kind of like that droid, or that little that little droid thing, like that little ball that Luke Skywalker is using to, you know, practice his lightsaber moves, that just like floats around and shoots out lasers. That's kind of like what this is. Now what it does is it has a sensor on here, so it'll stay about, I don't know, I guess about maybe 4 or 5 feet off of the whatever is underneath it. So if it comes over here to this ottoman, it's gonna raise up that much more. So if you get into a situation like maybe if it goes towards a Christmas tree or something else really tall, it might end up going up towards the ceiling.
So overall, I think it's actually pretty great. I think it would make a great gift. Everybody that I've shown it to thinks it's really cool. They kind of freak out when they see it for the first time. A couple things that I don't like about it, or really just a couple things to keep in mind about it, is that sometimes it can be just kind of weird with the sensors. So it might sense something and then fly off in a direction that you didn't think it was going to go, or it could potentially get caught under like a couch or something, and then be like trying to fly, but it can't fly, so it gets stuck there. Another thing to keep in mind is hair. You want to, if this thing goes on the floor a lot, it might get some hair wound around the motors, so keep that in mind, because that might cause the motor to slow down, and then it would cause the drone to fly funny. You want to make sure that you're not flying this someplace where there's a lot of people that are unsuspecting and long-haired. That could be a little drama. I hope you found this helpful if you are considering getting the Scoot 2. The thing I like about it, I know it's just kind of like, it's a toy drone, all that stuff, but I think it's cool because it can kind of introduce somebody to the concept of a quadcopter, and sensors and how it flies, and just kind of that whole world of RC. Even if they can't control a quadcopter with a remote. So I think that that's pretty cool, and it's just also kind of just a neat, novel thing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you have already, and if you haven't, consider subscribing if you like what you see and you want to see more. As always, if you have any questions or comments about the Scoot 2, leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Like I said, it's not perfect. It hit that thing. There we go. Okay. I'll see you later.